Hey guys, the Section of Violence here. We got another one for you. UFC Nashville, I believe. We got another one for you. So I feel like it should be a good card. Yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off, we have Fatima Kline versus Melissa Martinez. Decent fight to open up the card. It's women's MMA. You're gonna get what you're gonna get with them. It's a good division though, so you know we'll see how it plays out. I think Fatima Kline will win. Obviously, her grappling is just so much better than Melissa Martinez's. She has a decent win over Arlise Ardeline, but I don't feel like this fight's going to play out on the feet. I think Fatima's going to get her down. I think Fatima wins here, probably most likely by uh, probably by submission or decision, one of the two. I don't know if she's going to get a TKO. Martinez is pretty tough. She's going to stay in there. She has okay experience, but I don't know, man. Split loss to Desiree Yanez is not a great loss, or a split win. Sorry, it's not. It's you gotta do more than a split decision with her to get make me think you have a chance with Fatima Kline. I think Fatima Kline. You're gonna need someone to match her size and physicality. You're gonna need you're gonna need somebody to cause her problems on the feet, and you're going to need someone with good takedown defense. And I don't think she has the takedown defense or the physicality. So unfortunately for her, I do think Fatima Kline wins this fight relatively easily. Yeah, I got to go with submission or decision here. I think Martinez, the fight in her will be good enough to where she won't want to lay on her back and concede position. So I'm gonna go with Fatima Kline here. I think Fatima Kline wins this fight at a high clip. Barring any, weird decisions, I think this is a pretty straightforward fight. So, would I put it in a parlay? Probably not. No, but yeah, I would probably look for props here. Would go crazy though. Once again, we're not facing someone who has notoriously bad cardio. We're just going against someone with bad grappling. So I think she either wins by submission or decision. Moving on. Wait, let's see how many finishes she had before her last performance. Because Dudakova gets tired. Yeah, she hasn't had that many finishes, right? Um, I think she could win by decision. Honestly, I think she could win by decision. I'm gonna go with Fatima Klein by decision or submission. But yeah, moving on. We have Mitch Ramirez versus Mike Davis. I gotta go with Mike Davis. Again, the odds are wide. Not much you can do with these odds. I do think Davis is obviously the more established UFC fighter. He has a better understanding of the game all around. He's got good skills, but I don't like where he's training now. Like he's training out in Fusion Fight Factory or Fight something, Fusion Excel. I think I think he looked really bad in his last showing. I don't know if he was injured or what, but he looked really really bad. That was almost 5 months ago, so can't take too much from that, but I gotta go with Mike Davis here, just off the fact that he has good grappling. He's faced guys like Borshev, Natan Levy, and he's beat them. I know Borshev's not that good in the grappling, but he's beat these guys in the grappling pretty soundly. Mason Jones. His last real loss was to, other than the last one, was Gilbert Burns. So I don't know. I think I gotta go with Davis here. Ramirez has just not done enough for me to think, oh, this guy's gonna be enough to beat someone UFC level like Mike Davis. I think Mike Davis is just gonna be too good everywhere. Mitch Ramirez is gonna have some size. He has KO powers, so don't get me wrong, the guy could be very dangerous. But Aaron Taveras is probably one of the chinnier fighters in the regional scene. Um, you got TKO by Thiago Moises, calf kicks, TKO by Carlos Prates. Not Prates isn't a bad loss TKO, but getting TKO by Thiago isn't a great look. Um, Yeah, I gotta go with Mike Davis here. I think he's just gonna have too much for him as far as experience, tricks, better grappling. I just feel like he's gonna have him covered in this fight. I'm gonna go with Mike Beast Boy Davis here. Yeah, I just think Mike Davis is honestly much better than people give him credit for, and I think he wins this fight by. Oh, I'm gonna go. Uh, I'm gonna go decision. I think it's gonna be an interesting fight for as long as it lasts, but I could also see this fight going to a decision. So just be careful. Um, yeah, guys. Sorry, guys. It's 4:20. You guys know the drill. Ugh. Anyways, let's move on from this fight. We have Walter Walker taking on Kennedy Nzechukwu. I gotta go with Kennedy here. I just feel like Kennedy is going to be a little more calm in there. And Walker, if he doesn't get him down early and he can't get him down, I feel like he's screwed. I don't feel like he has the striking to hang with Kennedy. And I do think Kennedy has a good team behind him at Fortis. I feel like Saif Sayud is going to build a good game plan. Um, gotta watch heel hooks. Other than that, Rene could choke. I think he could sub Kennedy. Don't get me wrong, but I I think Walter Walker is he gets tired when he can't get his game going, and I feel like he exerts a lot of energy, um, unnecessarily. And I feel like guys against a guy like Kennedy that could be problematic. So I could actually see a late round two, round three TKO, or yeah, some people are saying sub. I don't think Kennedy's gonna submit him, but you never know. Um, Honestly, sorry guys, just give me a second. 420. Oh man, 421. I missed my time. I gotta be faster. But yeah, guys. Honestly, I think Kennedy. The thing about Kennedy that I like is he's so calm and he has a pretty good jab. He just throws it out there, and he's very very problematic for the guys he fights. His size, he's so big. He's got pretty good cardio. I think he can push a pace against I think he can push a pace against Walter Walker here. Guys, give me a second. Yeah, don't mind me, guys. Yeah, man, I got Kennedy here. I think Kennedy wins the fight pretty pretty soundly. It's heavyweight MMA, so I'm not running to bet it, but I do think Kennedy wins. I would probably give him like 60% value, 60, 65. I think Kennedy wins this fight though. Don't get me wrong. I think Kennedy wins by TKO rounds two or three. But honestly, I would not be surprised to see Walter Walker get another meme submission. Moving on, we have Lauren Murphy taking on Eduardo Moura. I gotta go with Eduardo Moura here. Lauren Murphy's been off for how long now? Like, come on, guys, let's get real here. 2 years? Oh no, sorry, she's been off for now going on 3 years. Like this is crazy. I think Lauren Murphy is much like more experienced than Moura, but like she's been out grappled by Shevchenko. She's been And anytime she faced strikers or she, she beat Modafferi, which is a decent win. But I don't know, the physicality of Moura. I feel like is going to be a problem here. Murphy could easily turn back the clocks. I could easily see that happening, 100%. That's why I'm not betting Moura. But at 41 years old, coming off of a 2-year layoff, injuries, I got to go with Moura here. This is a pretty straightforward pick. I think Moura is just again, she's inner prime right now, in the thick of it. Whereas Murphy's not really in the game right now. I got to go with Moura simply off of that. I would give her, 1.5, negative 200 tag. I wouldn't negative 250, I wouldn't go past that though, because again, at the end of the day, this is women's MMA. Laura Murphy has fought the who's who of the division. She's very, very technical, I would say. And it's not pretty, but it's technical. I think Murphy can make this a very, very close fight if she looks anywhere near as she used to. But we'll see. I think the physicality, the grappling, the age, the activity is going to be too much for Murphy here. I think Moore is going to have success here. I got Moore here by. Has Murphy ever been submitted? Let's see. No, she hasn't been submitted. Maybe ground and pound finish. I don't know. I gotta go with Moore here. Probably by decision. I'm gonna go by. I think Moore by decision is probably the safer route. Moving on, we have Chidi Bang Bang Njokuani taking on Jake Matthews. I gotta go with Chidi here, but it's a close fight, man. I think this is a close fight. I think Chidi honestly has the better striking. Um, the thing about Chidi though is one set one 170, he hasn't looked like anyone can screw him. But like I feel like if you just make it a dog fight where lots of things are happening, you could beat him. But I don't know. Elijah Zaleski, I feel like he was too old. He got beat. He got TKO'd. Good win for Chidi there. Jared Gooden, pretty straightforward win for him there. Reese McKee, good win there. So he has good wins, but Jake Matthews is another guy where it's like he should beat him, but if he lost to him, I wouldn't be surprised because he's lost to guys like Albert Duraev. He's lost to guys like Mikhail Alexeychuk. So there's guys who are not the greatest. The only thing is, again, he's gonna be a lot bigger than the guys he's fighting now at 170. So I don't know. I'm taking Njokuani for the simple fact he's looked good at 170. So I'm gonna give him the same way Buckley treatment until I find a matchup for him where I feel like he's not gonna win. I'm gonna go with Njokuani here. This is a good matchup for him. He's a better striker, but this is MMA, and I feel like Jake Matthews might have a better MMA game. We'll see. Jake Matthews, everyone forgets he's still pretty young in his career. Jake Matthews is how old is Jake Matthews? Jake Matthews is only 30 years old, and he's been in the UFC for now. He's been in the UFC for 11 years, and he's so 21 years old or sorry, 19 years old is when he's in the UFC when he joined. This guy's a freaking a vet, and he's 30 years old. I gotta go with Chidi and Jaquani, but again, this is a pass fight for me. I got no interest in this. Jake's a fucking savage, and yeah, I gotta go with Chidi here. Chidi bang bang. Yeah, and then how is he gonna win? I think Chidi wins by decision. Moving on. We have Max Griffin taking on the action man Chris Curtis. I think Chris Curtis wins this fight. I think his volume and his boxing is going to be a little too much for Griffin. Griffin's he doesn't throw much volume, and that's what the judges are going to be looking at. So he's going to have to hurt Curtis, and it's very possible to hurt Curtis, especially with him cutting down to 170 again. I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to go to Curtis. If it goes with the scorecards, his volume I feel like is going to be too much for Griffin. I think Griffin gets tired. I know he works really hard with his strength and conditioning, but I feel like Griffin does get tired but like, I don't know if it's just with grappling or if it's just in general. I mean, he's 39 years old. Chiesa got him out of there round three. Um, Wells, I'm pretty sure dropped him. I don't know. Um, he went to a decision with Michael Morales, which is pretty good. The guy's got power, so he could KO Chris Curtis. I would not be surprised, but I gotta go with Chris Curtis here. I gotta go with someone who I think, is I think he's pretty battle tested. Like if you look at the guys that Chris Curtis has fought, you're gonna be like, wow, like damn. Like look, Calvin Gastelum, Rodolfo Vieira, Jack Herman, Brendan Allen, Kopylov, Barrio, some of the legends like Ray Cooper, Magomed Megharamov. Um, like he's fought a lot of guys, man. And I don't think he truly gets enough respect. Like I know the price tag is pretty crazy in my opinion. I think 2-1 is fair. 3-1 is a little wild, but I don't know. I think Chris Curtis wins this fight. I think the odds is a little too wide for me to get to play, but I do think Chris Curtis wins this fight. Um, yeah, volume and I think the in the pocket boxing from Curtis is going to be too much. Griffin does have power, so that could be something. We also don't know how Chris Curtis's chin's going to be back at this weight class. How old is Chris? 37. Damn, so he's not a spring chicken either. So I got to go with Chris Curtis here, but it's a close fight. I would not be surprised if Griffin found the KO or just found moments and won. Cause yeah, but I'm rooting for Chris. I think he wins. Yeah, let's go action, man. Moving on. We have Junior Tafa taking on Tokkos. Honestly, I think I think Junior Tafa wins, but I would not be surprised to see Tokkos find the back, find the rear naked choke, or just a submission in general. But I feel like it's going to be an RNC. Junior Tafa has very mediocre takedown defense. He uses his height and his length to defend the takedown. But I just feel like the thing about Tafa that really worries me here is he doesn't do well once taken down. He doesn't know how to fight. Like he doesn't know how to get frames, shrimp, regain guard. Like he doesn't know how to do any of that. And I feel like against a guy like Tukos, who's, pretty good at MMA, not grappling. Even in grappling, I think he would beat him. So I'm gonna go with Tafa here because I feel like he's taking this camp seriously, looking at him in shape. But I would not be surprised to see this guy with negative IQ on the ground get absolutely lost in a transition where Tukos maybe does a shuck by or a duck or a drag if he does anything to get to the back, I would not be surprised. And then gets to the back, I don't know. I don't think Tafa's. I don't think he knows what to do from there. And I think Tokkos gets his back and chokes him. Once he breaks him down to the ground, I think he can get the back easy. Tafa, sprawl and brawl, KO. It's the same game plan as always every fight. We'll see how he does. That's why I'm picking him. I feel like he can KO Tukos, but we'll see. Tokkos is also pretty tough. He ate some big shots from Navajo Sterling, so I don't know. I don't know who hits harder, but gonna be interesting for sure. I gotta go with Tafa here. Very close fight. Another fight I have no interest in betting on. But yeah, if you were to tell me that you were to bet on this fight, I wouldn't say it's a bad bet or anything. Moving on, we have Vitor Petrino taking on Austin Lane. I gotta go with Vitor Petrino here. Austin Lane, his chin is way too high in the air. He's gonna probably get KO'd most likely. I can't see a world that Austin Lane. I mean, he could chin him. Petrino's been chin with the right one too, but I think Lane, his best path to victory is heavy. I don't even know if it's heavy grappling because Petrino's a pretty big hoss, man. Like his jiu-jitsu is meh, but he's physical. He's not very technical, but he's physical, and I think he can stuff takedowns. And I don't know. I'm gonna go Vitor Petrino by KO, but honestly, if Austin Lane won by decision or submission somehow, I wouldn't be that surprised. But I'm gonna go with Vitor Petrino by KO. That's gonna be my pick. Um, yeah, if he wins the decision, I'll be pretty genuinely surprised. But if he does, then so be it. But I gotta go Vitor Petrino by KO. Moving on. Um, one more thing. The thing I do like about Austin Lane is the way he trains at American Top Team is they're known for game plans. And with every fight with him, he's winning until he gets caught, or at least he's competing. And I just can see that happening again, where he's just winning or competing, and he's doing all the right things, and then he just gets caught. Like it just his chin is so high, like I said before, and I just don't think that's gonna bode well over time. I think Austin Lane is going to eventually get KO'd, and that's why my pick is gonna be Petrino by KO. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna speak too much longer about this fight. I just really wanted to go past a certain amount of time. Um, give you guys at least a few minutes of my time on this fight. This is an absolute toilet bowl fight. They're both pretty bad. Yeah, moving on. We have Nate Landwehr taking on Morgan Chairriere. This is a good fight. This is worth my time. I gotta go with Nate. No, Morgan Chairriere. This could play out close where the French quit. I could see if a world in that where that happens, but I don't see that. I think Morgan Chairriere is pretty battle tested. He's had almost 32 fight. Yeah, he's had 32 fights. Shepe Mariscal couldn't finish him. He did get him tired, so that's why I said there's a world where Nate could get him tired. But I don't know. I think Shearer is just too composed, too technical. His striking is going to be too crisp. I gotta go with Chairriere by TKO or decision. I'm not too confident on how he wins out of the two, but I do think he wins. I think Chairriere is one of the more confident picks. Not confident, but I feel like he's a stronger lean, I'd say. The thing about Chairriere is he's a very, very talented fighter. And Chairriere knows how to find angles, and he knows how to find the perfect shot to end the fight, especially to the body. He's a shot finder. Yeah, man, I have a lot of respect for this guy. He's very, very experienced. I'm just I don't know. I think Morgan Scherer has to be mindful of throwing too much if he's hurt. Other than that, I don't really know what he's got to worry about because Nate's. I don't know. He hasn't looked as good of a. Nate has not looked good as of late. That fight with Du Ho Choi, he kind of just like gassed and like got elbowed from crucifix. So it's like I gotta go with Sherry here. Like I don't know where Nate's at in his career. He's 37 years old. That's another thing. So it's like I gotta go with Chairriere, someone younger in their prime. A quick KO could also be a turnaround card for the Paris card. Get him on the Paris card. So I'm gonna go Chairriere here by KO or the decision. I lean the KO, but we'll see what happens. Um, yeah. Moving on, we have Steve Garcia taking on Calvin Kattar. I gotta go with Calvin Kattar here. This is a controversial pick. I know he's an underdog, but Steve Garcia has not fought anybody at the level of Calvin Kattar. Um, he's beat some good guys. The only one he's fought is I think he was gonna fight Edson and got canceled. Melkali's Costa's the only one that's a good win in my opinion. Like Kyle's a good fighter and all, but these are like the higher ranked guys I'm talking about. And he didn't he Chase Hooper he beat him, so it's like he's beat decent guys, but you're fighting a guy like Calvin Kattar. So if you don't TKO Calvin Kattar in the first round, I feel like you're gonna be in a dogfight with Kattar for three rounds. And I feel like Kattar can find a lot of success with his boxing. I feel like with his hands down, the jab, the twos and three combos, I think could be very, very effective here. I don't know. I like what I see out of Kattar. I think Cater's a very, very technical fighter. I know he hasn't won in 3 years, but going on 4. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Kattar gets it done here. He's out of a good camp now at TriStar. He's doing the right things. Um, the loss with Yusuf, he won a round. He made Yusuf run away. Like, just I don't know. He's a dog, man. Like I want to bet on guys like that who are an underdog. The only problem is I feel like he's gonna come out hot, Steve Garcia, and you might get able to get a better live line. So just be ready for this fight. I'm gonna might be playing a little bit here pre on Calvin Kattar. I don't know. We'll see. Join the Discord, you'll find out. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Calvin Kattar here by KO or decision. Again, I can't try to get too cute with it and pick an exact method unless I'm really confident on the exact method. Steve Garcia again is no one you want to sleep on, so round 1 is going to be very very interesting. But I gotta go with Kattar here, so more proven. Oh no, hate when this happens. Moving on, we have Steven Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. I gotta go with Gabriel Bonfim here. This is a pretty self-explanatory pick. Bonfim is just gonna be the younger, faster, stronger. I just think more durable fighter. He's got, in my opinion, he's got better boxing. Steven's karate is way better. Obviously, his kicks are way better, but I feel like Bonfim is a way better boxer and grappler. Um, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be able to dictate the fight about grappling. I think he's gonna have an easier time manhandling Steven. I think Thompson's, what is he like 42, 41? I'm pretty sure he's really up there. 42. Like I don't know, man. I don't think he's there. Like, I don't think his skills or not skills. His fast twitch muscle is still there. Like you're competing with guys like Buckley and Shavkat for like a round, but then you're getting finished, right? So I don't know. I gotta go with Bonfim here. I think Bonfim probably smokes him. He has better boxing and he has better jiu-jitsu. So I see a lot of people playing Stephen Thompson, and I'm saying thank you honestly because you're making the line for Bonfim more playable. So obviously I'm gonna parlay him. I'm not gonna play him straight. The guy's let me down before, but if he lets me down to a 42-year-old Stephen Thompson, then he's officially on a different list, a red flag list or something like that. But yeah, guys, I gotta go with Bonfim here. Thompson, I really like Thompson. He's a cool guy. Karate advocate, martial arts advocate, but he's a legend. But Bonfim is just a beast, and when he's on, he's on. And I just feel like he'll be too much for Thompson, especially on the ground. Um, Obviously on the feet, Thompson's constant, so he can be competitive. But I don't know if the chin's the chin anymore, right? So he just got put out last year, I know, but feel like if he gets hit once again, good by Bonfim. That's the one thing I want to check here. Does Bonfim have many KOs? I'm pretty sure he does. Because clenched knees, yeah. Damn, no KOs. Yeah, okay, he has one. He has one. So he could get TKO Steven, but I doubt it. So I'm gonna go to Bonfim inside the distance, but yeah, this is one of those fights that I'm just probably gonna not get cute with it. Take the money line. It's probably the safer option. But yeah, guys, that's my pick here for the card. It's Gabriel Bonfim. Um, by inside the distance. Moving on, we have Taliesin Teixeira taking on Derek Lewis. Let's see who I got here. My pick for the fight is Talis Teixeira. But it's a slight lean, and I see a lot of people betting Talis Teixeira. That is crazy to me. He has done nothing. The only thing you can say is, oh, he's looked better in his last three than Lewis has. But it's like, who has he fought? Talis Teixeira has fought Justin Tafa, who has been finished before by Waldo Acosta, or not Waldo, Jorgen De Castro, who's currently getting KO'd by Josh Walter in BKFC. So, Tafa's not a great win. Arthur Lopez, who the hell is that? Like, I've watched the fight and I still don't remember that guy. I don't even think he's fought since that fight. Let me see. 6-3. He has, and he got TKO'd once. Yeah, look at that. So the guy's shit. So it's like you're putting guys that haven't beat anyone yet. It's like, oh, he's a black belt in BJJ. It's like, okay, so have been guys that Lewis has fought before. When was the last time Lewis got submitted other than DC? Like Lewis is not he's old, and that's the one thing that worries me. He's 40 years old, but a black belt, it's like Nascimento got him down. Couldn't do nothing. I love you, Nascimento. I'm sorry. Um, Daukus couldn't get him down, but Curtis Blades couldn't get him down, but um, I think Ilira Tifi got him down. Like there's been guys that get him down. Tabora, like he has good wins, man. Like he's fought the who's who. He beats guys you think, oh, he's not gonna win this fight, and he ends up winning the fight. So I gotta go with Teixeira here as a slight lean, only because of the age. But if Lewis turns back the clock and KOs this guy, I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. But I'm gonna go with Teixeira here. Just too big, too tall, too young, too hungry, too dangerous. But yeah, I gotta go with Teixeira here. First round KO. Let me give you guys my top five, and I'll get you guys right out of here. Number one, we got Fatima Kline. Number two, we got Gabriel Bonfim. Three, we have Mike Davis. Number four, we have Eduardo Moura. Number five, we have Chris Curtis. Alrighty, guys. This is a card I wouldn't advise betting on pre-flop. Um, only bet I wouldn't mind is Kattar pre-flop. So, other than that, guys, that's probably gonna be my free bet of the week. We'll see how it goes. Oh, until next time, guys. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.